a comprehensive guide to career planning. We're about to get started. I think we're already 6 minutes into the webinar. So thank you so much once again for those of you who are able to make it and spending your Saturday morning with us over here at SkillJourney. So let's get started. What we are going to cover in this webinar first. So our goals for today is to know the importance of career planning, understand what is career planning, learn how to plan for your career, create your personalized career plan, and learn to leverage the industry trends for career success. So I hope you are going to enjoy this session and you will take away something which you can use right away from this session. So before we get started, a little bit about me. So as I said, my name is Ameya Naik. I have more than 2 decades of industry experience. I have played leadership roles with small and medium-sized companies as well as MNCs, and helped career development across the board. So I have a passion for coaching and mentoring, and I'm currently also teaching business strategy and HR management at MIT WPU University at Pune. Okay, so my vision is to help build confidence and dignity to whoever I come across with. And I want to keep learning and sharing the knowledge and delivering confidence via my teaching. So that's a little bit about me. And I hope you will enjoy this session and ask a lot of questions. But to start with, I want to ask a question to all of you, and I'll present it as a poll. All right, so it's coming up on your screens now. So I want to know from all of you, what is your biggest career related concern today? And these are the 4 options you have, and you will see a poll on your screens, and you should be able to select any one of the options that relates to you at this point. Okay, so please take a few seconds to answer the poll. All right, so we have about 67% folks saying that skill development and upskilling is the biggest career related concern today. Interesting. Job uncertainty, availability, work-life balance also comes in over there. I'm surprised to not have anybody vote for career growth and advancement. But thank you so much. Great data and good insights. We are going to talk about each one of these career-related challenges and how to address those. All right, so let's get into it. So why are we here and why are we talking about career or how to plan our career? So when we look at the India market and when we look at various surveys done across the last several years in college campuses, we see that 70% of students are unsure about their careers as of today. 92% of students in India do not get access to any career counseling on time. And this translates into a lot of tangible things, and one of those is approximately 29% is our graduate unemployment rate as of the end of last financial year, March 2024. So these are startling numbers, and this is where our career journeys typically get started when we are a student, when we are just getting out of college, and we need to address this problem. And a lot of colleges, lot of universities, the government, everybody is trying to solve this problem, but still we are at this stage in 2024. So what can we do? But what's more, this is not enough. When you go ahead and when you get into your careers, what we see is even more startling data. When you get into your careers and when you are into 5 years, 7 years into your careers, we see that there's a lot of disengagement, and there is a lot of people who are not happy with their work, with their careers. So approximately 77% of employees are disengaged in their work, and approximately 56% of the workforce today are quiet quitters. So this means that they are doing the bare minimum that is required. They are not motivated, they are not engaged, and they are not interested in doing the job that they have, probably because of multiple reasons. They may be at the wrong place, they may not like the culture. So there are several reasons which we are going to talk about for this. But the cost of this disengagement and the cost of this unfulfillment is $8.8 trillion, dollars, which is 9% of the global GDP. So the reason why we are trying to address this problem is because this affects everybody, right? If 77% of people around us are unhappy, it is very difficult for the rest of the 23% also to work well and to make any meaningful progress. So we need to get this percentage down. Another startling number that I would like to quickly show you is a number for how many people have a fulfilled careers. So surveys tell us that approximately 92% of people do not achieve their career goals throughout their career. The top factors are mentioned over there as lack of clarity, lack of skills, work-life balance, fear of failure, lack of networking, and job uncertainty. And as we already saw, that the rate of unemployment today, especially in graduates, is very high. And is it because we don't have enough businesses or we don't have enough jobs, or is it because we as individuals, we as career seekers, do not have clarity in what we want to do? So there is obviously a combination of all of these things. So we are today going to try to create a plan for us so that we will be able to be in the 8%, or we can increase the pool that is today 8% and create more fulfilled or fulfilling careers. So with that intention, let's move ahead and see what are the ways in which we can solve these problems, or what are the ways in which we can plan our careers so that we don't fall in these traps. So one of the first things I want to talk about is career counseling or career planning in the traditional way, right? So we all at various points might have gone to certain mentors or certain organizations, taken some standardized tests, and tried to find out what our personality is like, tried to find out what we can do better in our careers, right? So that's the traditional career planning approach. Okay, there are several drawbacks or limitations in this traditional career planning approach. So the focus in traditional career planning is on standardized assessments or generalized advice, right? In today's world, uh, where we have a lot of information, where we have a lot of opportunity, where we have a lot of individuality, the traditional approaches do not work. We need modern careers, or we need to plan our careers in such a way that we can use our individual strengths and we can use our unique perspectives to build our career. Today we see certain people, which are still rare, who create careers in multiple areas, in multiple domains. So in today's world, we are not talking about just one specific career path, but we are talking about a career portfolio, right? We may not want to do only one thing throughout our career. We may want to We may want to do multiple things. We may want to change our careers at certain points. We may want to do uh, multiple streams even at once. So those are the kind of challenges, or those are the kind of individual preferences that we see today, which unfortunately so far we have not been able to address in the industry. So we are still emphasizing on very quick wins at the cost of long-term losses. So we see a lot of burnout. We see a lot of people not happy with their careers at a mid-career stage, and we see a lot of confusion in general in the industry. And with all these disruptions happening, with AI coming in, with a lot of technology-driven disruptions that are happening in the world, we just don't know what to do. We just don't know how we are going to be able to upskill ourselves. We don't know how we are going to be able to sustain ourselves. So a lot of these questions are in uh, people's minds, and that is exactly why we need to address this problem. So there are several ways to address this problem. Uh, we are today going to present just a few ways, and uh, we don't really claim that this is going to be the only way, right? And that's exactly where we need to change our mindset. So there are multiple ways in today's world to solve the problem, and our intention with this webinar and with Skill Journey is to give people the flexibility and the power to plan their own careers and to maneuver their own careers, right? We don't want them to just follow one single path. So let's see, what do modern career planning can look like. So we've created an acronym called CREATE. So let's see what this CREATE means. So the C stands for consciously being aware of your current situation. So before we can plan anything, we need to be aware of where we are. And only when we are aware of where we are, we can plan better. So first thing is, we need to raise our awareness. We need to be conscious. Once we know what our current situation is, we need to reflect on what our interests are, what my interests are, what my values are, what my skills are, or what do I really want to do in my career. So the R stands for reflection. E stands for exploring various career paths and gathering information. So today uh, the easiest thing is to get information. We have all kinds of AI engines, LLMs, uh, the traditional way, which is Google search, but we can get information at our fingertips. But the problem with that is this information can quickly become very, very overwhelming. So how do we cut through this, millions and billions of records of information that we can access easily to find out where our path stands? So how do we explore? How do we focus? How do we narrow down those paths? So that's about creating our career plan. We need to assess our strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities once we have this information, so that we can try to create a career path that is long term, that is sustainable, and that gives us joy and a lot of fulfillment. And finally, we need to target specific goals. We need to create SMART goals: measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound goals. So only when we have these goals, and only when we are going to measure these goals, do we know that we are going to make progress. And last but not the least, we need to evolve our plan. So any career, like we discussed in the previous slide, cannot be fixed. In today's world, we need to be open to what is happening around us. We need to evolve our plans. We need to evolve our goals, right? At Skill Journey, we like to call our ultimate goal as our North Star, right? As we all know, the North Star is a fixed point in the skies which never changes, which keeps showing us the direction. But throughout our long career, the North Star can also change its brightness, it can change its texture. So we need to be open to tweaking our goals, to tweaking our plans based on what is happening around us. So that is the create model that we are proposing for a better career planning. So hence we say that your dream career is not found, but it is created. So if you are still looking to stumble upon your dream career, please take things in your hands and please start planning your career, taking small steps towards building your career and not just waiting for your career to happen. And we are going to learn how to do that, some of the basic steps, some of the initial steps to do that. So, what you can expect once you create your career plan is a lot of clarity and direction, which will help you set realistic and achievable goals, which will help you make decisions faster, which will help you not procrastinate. You will hopefully get a lot of development and growth in your career by identifying the areas of improvement proactively and working on those improvements. You will hopefully get a lot of job satisfaction in whatever you're doing because hopefully you will align with your interests. You will align the work that you are doing with your values, with your internal compass, with your strengths. And that will also give you a lot of adaptability and resilience because you will have all the tools to overcome the challenges. You will have the mindset to overcome the challenges. You will not be fearful of what is coming your way because you will know yourself better. So career planning is about, knowing yourself better. And all of this will lead into financial security. A lot of us, are worried about, will I be financially secure after 5 years, after 10 years? Should I take this decision today? Uh, and how is it going to, work uh, on my finances? So informed decisions will always increase your earning potential. And that is where you need to first understand yourself and make those informed decisions. So now to the crux of the matter, how do we create our career plan? Right? So now that we know why do we need to create a career plan and what is career planning all about, how do we go about this process? Right? It is probably easier said than done. It is easier to say that, create your goals or be financially independent or create a mindset. But what can be those small steps that you can take today to start creating your career plan? So we are going to discuss about those now. So the first thing is a SWOT assessment, which is about your past. What have been your strengths? What have been your weaknesses? What have been your opportunities? And what have been your threats in the past? So how do we do this? So we can start with asking ourselves a few questions. Obviously, this is not an exhaustive list of questions, but we feel that these are the questions that you can start with. And with these next questions, the best would be if you can just write down or note down whatever comes first to your mind. Right? So just follow your heart in these first three questions that you're going to see over here. Okay? So I would encourage you guys to take a few seconds and quickly note down on a notepad the answers to these questions. This will be the start of you creating a very robust career plan for yourselves. So the first question is, what comes easy to me? Ask yourself, what is it that I can easily do? This also translates into what are my interests or what have been my strengths. In the past, what have I done that people have usually appreciated or that I have succeeded in or that I have felt good with? What are some of my best qualities or skills? So that's the first question. What comes easy to me? Once you have the answer for this, move on to the next question. Again, what comes intuitively to you? What have I always wanted to do? If I pretended to know, what would my passion be? So a lot of people have this problem of, including me, that what is my passion? We spend a lot of time just thinking about what is my passion. So a good way to think about this is just pretend that you know. What if you pretended to know? So don't make it like a very long term thing, that I'm going to now decide what my passion is forever. Right? Let's pretend for a minute that we know what our passion is. What would that be? What would you like to do? Or what did you always want to do? So there's always this feeling that many of us have from our childhood, that I would like to be this, I would like to be that, right? And then it remains as a voice constantly at the back of our minds, and we may not always be following that voice or doing what that says. So we just want to write down what that is. And the third question that we want to ask ourselves to identify our strengths is, what have other people been asking me for help with? So we can find whether we have been impactful with anything in our lives so far by just asking ourselves, what others have been asking me so far, right? Are there one or two things that people keep asking me multiple times? So first things that come to your mind, even if it is just one or two words, even if it is just a single sentence, that's good enough to start with. Don't make this a big activity. If you make this a big activity, it becomes, we will continue to procrastinate. So what comes first to our mind, it's always what our heart says. So follow your heart in this first thing. A, a few other questions, and this is something that you may want to do over a period of the next day or two, is explain your purpose to your coworkers or close friends and ask them some of these questions. I'm going to give you 3 questions, and just listen carefully. Do not argue, do not ask follow-up questions to start with. We just want to learn to listen on these questions, because this is going to give us insights which we have been failing to listen to. So, what am I good at that others seem to struggle with? So, ask your best friend, ask your coworkers who you work with day in and day out as to, hey, what am I good at that maybe some others struggle with, right? Those are your clear strengths, because you know that you do that, you will know that you do that better than many others. And that is being corroborated by somebody you can trust. And then couple of other questions. Is there anything that I do that sometimes gets in my own way, to understand your own weaknesses? So important questions to ask, right? Is there anything that I do that sometimes you don't feel is I'm doing for my own good? And then a direct question. What are some areas where I could improve my skills further? So these are the opportunities. So when you ask a simple direct questions, you might see some opportunities for yourself to improve on. So once you have some data about your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, then you can start going on and trying to align these strengths and weaknesses with what your own career aspirations are. Okay. So this is a 5-step process. The first step is to do a SWOT analysis for yourself. And I'm going to give you some simple tools to do this by the end of this webinar. So we are also going to share with you uh, this presentation with all these questions, so you can do this exercise and create a career plan for yourself. But another important information that you need for yourself is what are my career aspirations? So, what would I like to be in the future? So, based on my preferences, not based on my past or not based on what others think of me, right? So, based on what I would like to be, what are my preferences? What kind of a work environment do I thrive in? What personal values do I feel strongly about? If I am guaranteed success, what would I do in my career? What would I what would make me really angry or dislike my work? So these preferences will help us identify what would we want to do, which kind of places would we want to work in, which kind of places or domains would we not want to work in, right? So this information, although might look cumbersome, but a few questions will give you strong insights into how you should take your decisions in the future. And everything that we do in our career is a choice. A lot of people think that, career just has happened to me. I never had a choice. So take control, right? When you know about yourself, when you know what makes you feel good, when you know what makes you feel angry, you are going to make better decisions subconsciously. This is going to affect you because you know the information. When you write down this information in front of you, then you become more aware of it. So, what are your long term goals for a successful career? And all of these questions will lead to you being able to create your career vision and mission based on these assessments. So, remember, the future is yours to shape. So, define your career aspirations now. So, these are simple questions. Just try to find answers to these questions. Obviously, some of these answers, especially in this part B, may not come to you right within a minute or two, like the first part. But if you think a little bit about these questions, these and whatever comes to your mind, just write it down. You will refine this as you go along, and this will start shaping your future. So these first two steps are something that are completely in your hand. But there are a lot of things that are very subconscious that we may not be able to bring out by asking questions to ourselves. So we may have to take some psychometric tests or assessments to do that. So there's a lot of popular personality assessment tests that you've heard of. So one of the important steps that can give you a lot of insights is to take one of these personality assessment tests or take a psychometric assessment to know about yourself that you are blinded by, right? Because sometimes our conscious mind is not able to process a lot of information about our own self. So there's a lot of personality assessment tests which will give us a lot of context to our personality. And I'm just giving you a couple of popular tests that are available today in the industry. One of them is MBTI, which is Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, and another one is Enneagram Personality Test. So one of these is Myers-Briggs tests maps your personality to 1 out of 16 personality patterns that they have identified. And the Enneagram test maps your personality out of 1 out of 9 personality patterns that they have identified. So once you know what your personality is like, you can make a lot of career decisions based on what your personality tells about your strengths, what your future uh, problems might look like, what you might thrive in, what kind of environments you might work better in. So the third most important part is the personality assessment. Now, once you know your personal values, once you know your career aspirations, once you know your personality assessment, now you have enough information to start creating some goals. And you need not have each of these things in a very detailed manner to even start creating your goals. Even if you have just the first part, the part A, which is your personal values, you can get started with some goal setting. But we have to make sure that whatever goals we are setting for ourselves in our career are smart, which means they are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So break down the long term goals into short term, time bound goals. review and adjust these goals to ensure that they are in sync with our long-term goals, continuously learn and adapt to new opportunities and challenges that we are going to see, and track deadlines and milestones. Finally, celebrate milestones and reinforce the direction and vision. So this is, again, we are always taught to create goals. We are always taught to, track our goals. But the goals that we create cannot become smart unless we understand our personal value systems, unless we understand our career aspirations, unless we understand our personality type. And hence, this goal setting part is something that we recommend not to jump into. First, understand a little bit about yourself and then get into goal setting. But you may intuitively have some goals in mind, or you may know that you've always wanted to do something, and that's fine. You can try to define it into a smarter way. And once you do your goal setting, and then the most important part of your career planning comes, which is your actionizing or action planning, which is connecting your past to your future and iterating through these steps to create a plan which you can do day in and day out. So, this action plan, similar to our goals, needs to be concrete, precise, and focused, which is also aligned to your goal and your vision. And this action plan also needs to have resources and support systems for meeting your goals. And obviously, we need to be able to track, review, and update this plan regularly. So, these 5 steps is what is going to help you create a career plan. And like I said earlier, the first 3 steps are really, really easy. The first 2 steps are really, really easy. You can do them right away and you can start creating your goals and plan today. And there's so much information available. There's so many tools available in this world today that we should not have any reasons not to start focusing on our career today, because this focus is going to bring us clarity. Now, I want to introduce you to our very simple tool which you can use to create your career plan today, right away. And that's where, our product SkillJourney comes in. So if you want to get a head start in 2025, I would like you to I would like you to log into SkillJourney now and create your free premium career journey, which is a 15-page plus report that will include your personalized SWOT analysis, your North Star, which is your vision, your long-term goals, your quarterly goals, your action plan for the next 1 year, your which is very detailed action plan, your yearly goals, action plans for the next 5 years, your expected outcomes if you follow this action plan, your alignment with your North Star at the end of each year. You will also get what could be your alternate career journeys for your profile. And you could also check what current market trends are in the career direction that you take, and a lot more to offer. So very quickly, I'm going to just introduce you to how you can create your career plan by answering some simple questions and by going to skilljourney.in. So I hope you can see my browser coming up. Just going to log out. So once you go to SkillJourney, I'm going to give you an easy way to create a premium career plan right away. So you can click on any of your Google accounts and log in to the career planner, and you will get 2 buttons: create my journey and view my journey. Obviously, if you don't have a journey created, you will not see the view my journey button enabled. So to create your journey, you will click on the create your journey and you'll be presented with a simple questionnaire that we just spoke about, the 5 steps for create, right? So this will talk about your personal preferences, your personality preferences, your psychometric analysis, a quick test of your psychometry analysis, then your career preferences, and finally your goal setting. So this usually takes about 20 minutes to answer this questionnaire in a very conscious way. And once you answer this questionnaire, you can also upload your resume optionally and click on create your journey. And you are then going to be presented with a screen where you can create your standard journey for free and your premium journey for a launch discount, which is 200 rupees. But if you do it today, we are going to give you a coupon code, which is right over here, SJ Webinar 2112, which is going to make this premium journey, which is a 12 plus pages report, completely free for you. Okay. So I hope you will be able to take advantage of this offer today and create your premium career plan. And I'll just show you a glimpse of how the career plan will look like for you by going back and showing you a career plan for my profile. So this is how your career plan will look like. You will have your North Star on the top right corner, which will always be visible to you. And this is based on your psychometric assessment. This is based on your career aspirations. This is based on your personality traits and your value systems. You will also get your SWOT analysis as to what are your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And you will learn about what you should do every quarter in the first year, what you should do every year from the second year onwards to the fifth year in a lot more detail. And you will also get a lot of alternate career journeys that you can pursue based on your current uh, goals and values. And last but not the least, you will also see what are the industry trends that are shaping the industry today in your career direction, and what are the things that you can do for your personal growth. So that's what you're going to get when you create your premium career journey today. So I encourage all of you to get started and create your career journey right away. But even if you want to take more time and create your career journey yourself, now you know the steps and you should be able to create your career journey. So now we are almost towards the end of our webinar. I would like to take any questions that you might have about the topics that we covered today. You can chat, you can put your questions on chat, you can raise your hand, and we can unmute your mic. I would also like to know if you have any comments or if you have any suggestions about the steps that we covered today for creating your career plan. And if you have any ideas to make this even better. I would also like to encourage you to maybe even start creating your free career plan today. So this offer is available if you subscribe only today with this coupon code SJ Webinar 2112. So I'm also going to put this on your chat windows. All right, so I do not see a lot of questions yet. So if you do not have any questions, I'll encourage you to go and start creating your career plan. And Yeah, I have one question. Will this work in any career path? So great question. Thank you, Amol. Yes, absolutely. This process is going to work. This is basically a set of principles, right? So this is going to work for any career path. This is not just for any particular industry or technology or non-technology, but as long as you are able to identify your strengths, your weaknesses, you are able to identify what your North Star is. This is going to work for any career path. And even our app and the premium career journey that you get on SkillJourney is optimized for all kinds of careers and any industry that you are in, whether you are doing law, whether you are doing technology, whether you are doing masters or business administration, whether you are in the commerce field, everything. So when we sign up for Premium Journey, would we get to know our advanced career plan based on what we have created initially? Yes, it will take into consideration your previous data, and you should also be able to edit your questionnaire and provide new data to the tool. And your career plan that comes in is going to use the new data or the additional data that you provide. So it will be even more detailed. It is going to be um, uh, you know it is going to be even more accurate based on all the data that you provide. If you are able to update your profile, your resume, the tool will also take that into consideration. By the way, the premium plan takes about 48 hours or 2 working days to create, because it needs to go through certain validations, certain reviews by our expert counselors, and then it is presented to you. So if you create the questionnaire today, or if you submit the questionnaire today, you will get an email with your when your premium plan is ready. But in the meanwhile, you should be able to see your standard plan, which will be available to you within 5 minutes. So if you go to your standard career journey on the skill journey site, you will see a year by year uh, high level career plan, including actionables right away. You can also book a one-on-one session with one of our expert counselors to discuss your career plan, to discuss any challenges that you might be having in your career. And your career plan can also be updated based on your counselor feedback. Yes, you are right. We can change our career plan or modify things whenever we have any new changes in our life. So our life is not going to remain same. Our goals, our missions are going to change as we go along. So yes, the career plan is also going to be updated, and we are also coming up with features to track your career plan, to track specific goals, so that you can monitor how your progress is, and you can be on track, or you can continue to be in the direction of your North Star. Great question, Vivek. There is a validity for premium subscribers is 1 year. So you will be able to, access your premium career plan free of cost for the next 1 year. If you need to update your premium plan after the 1 year, you will have to subscribe or continue the subscription at the end of the year. So if you want to make any fundamental change in the career plan, we are currently allowing you to make the change for 3 times within the 1 year. So if there is any changes in your career plan or your goals that you identify within the next, let us say, few days or few months, you can come back and you can update the questionnaire. You can provide more data to the questionnaire and create your career plan once again with the same subscription that you have. You need to go to the standard career plan first, and then from there you need to click on the premium journey right over here. So once you update the questionnaire, create a free standard career plan, and when you click on the premium journey, then you can provide a reason why you want to create a premium journey once again. And once you click on create, we allow you to create another premium journey. So you get a maximum of 3 attempts before you're asked to pay again. So yes, we understand that there can be changes. We understand that sometimes when you answer questions, you may not have all the answers. So we encourage you to think. Encourage you to get a lot of feedback about you, about yourself, about your personality, and then answer the questionnaire with honesty, with a lot of diligence and a lot of detail. So the questions, the answers that you provide, or the details that you provide, help us to create a better career journey for you. All right, great questions. Thank you everyone um, for being a wonderful audience. How does the counseling sessions work? Another question. If one wants to book and proceed with it, yes, you can just go to the counseling section over here, and you can book a session with any of our experts. As we speak, we have more and more experts coming on the platform. So we currently have experts from various industries: hospitality, technology, marketing, finance industry. So you can book a session with any of these experts, and you should be able to discuss your plan. So once you book a session with one of the expert will be able to access your career plan, and they will be prepared to answer your specific career related questions when you have your session with them. So you can book a date with our experts based on their availability. Choose a time slot that works for you and the expert together, and you can book a session by paying over here on this page. Right. Once again, thank you so much, everyone. Any last questions? And if not, you can always reach out to us on our various social media channels. You can write to me directly at ameya.naik@skilljourney.in. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn or Twitter or X. And you can also engage with our uh, company pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and ask us any questions that you may have. We would be more than happy to help you in your personal career journey. Thank you, everyone, for your time today and for being here with us and making this a memorable session for all of us. And looking forward to hear from you. Please take advantage of the offer. I've already put it on the chat window, and hope to see you again soon. Thank you.